What's up, YouTube? Well, it's Pastor Bob. Well, I always come up with crazy ideas to try to save money, right? You know, so with all the things I'm going through, I come out here and clean the chainsaw for an hour or so, and it just wears me out. But I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. But here's the problem I wanted to show you. This is a PDTO. Now, I've cut about, I don't know, maybe 3/4 wood with this, 4/4 wood with this. Well, I decided that I was going to cut some boards, which I'll show you in a minute. And what happened was, it overheated. It got too hot. Look at the spark plug. See how hot it got? It started melting the plastic right there. Well, if you see this wire right here, this is your coil wire. And what happened was, it burnt right off of the end right there. So, what I want to tell you guys is when you're running these, be careful, okay? Look, these are not, professional saws. Do they work pretty good? Absolutely. I mean, for 125 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever you pay for them, they range anywhere from 80 bucks to, around $135, unless you go to Amazon, which the price is going to be a little bit more. They're like 160, 180 bucks for the same saw, just a different name, right? But the more that I noticed, once you get over the $100 mark, the quality becomes a little bit better. Sometimes you get a little bit better carburetor, a little bit better clutch. But anyway, it got really hot. And I was wondering why I was stuttering. So I took the air cleaner off, which you can see it's just started to get hot, right? Just started. I caught it right in time. And that's what I came with. So keep an eye on that if you have these Chinese chainsaws. Look, they're not a Husqvarna, they're not a Steel, they're not a John Sered. They're not these big brands that have been tried and tested, right? They'll get the job done, but you can't run them the same way as you run them, right? There's a different cooling pattern. You just got to be careful, okay? And when you have a situation like that, what you want to do is, when you know your saw is, you're going to have to run it a little richer. So that way it doesn't heat up as much. Because the leaner you have it, the hotter it's going to get. Sure, you might get a little more power and you might not. You might lose power. So there's there's a place in between that you have to figure it out. When you're tuning these, it's a little different. They have tune ports now, and you can get in there and you can put your special tool in there and you can lean them out. Anyway, I'll do that on some other one sometime, a video, and show you how you set your carburetor, right? Your low and your high. But I just wanted to show you guys that can happen, and it did happen to me. Now, can I fix it? Yeah, sure. It's not a big deal. But, I was in the middle of doing something and it went bad. Do I have a backup? Sure I do. I got an Echo. I got a Husqvarna, and that's my brother's Steel. Now, these are old saws I picked up and I fixed. Picked them up cheap. And, rebuilt the carburetors or the recoils or whatever, But, I've had them for years, and this is what happens. So, I just wanted to show you. You better always have a backup if you're cutting wood. And this is what I'm doing. Now, because this is just a, lean-to that I'm replacing, the storm, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to be a danger. I just had that feeling, so that's why it's safer to be smart and build something nice. So what I'm doing is I'm just raw cutting boards and putting them on the outside to cover the Tyvek. And it doesn't need to be looking fancy or anything, it just needs to cover it. And that's what it's going to do. So putting some big thick pine boards on there. And then I'll put a coat of clear stain on it. And it'll be good enough. It's a lean-to. It's not a mansion, Sometimes you got to use what you got around, Not everybody has a lot of money to do the fancy stuff. So, do it like they did back in the old days, you know. Just put whatever you can up there. You know, fill in the holes and the gaps, and it should be good enough. Somebody was asking me, well, do you think that that's going to be strong enough up there past about? Well, it will be when I get done. That's just to put the roof on. So what I'll do is I'll put cross blocking in there, right? And then eventually I'll run some of my scraps from my OSB board along the sides of those 2x4s, and you'll be very surprised how strong that'll get. It'll be very strong. But I don't want to put brand new cut pieces out of a sheet and ruin the sheet to do it. So I'll use the scraps and I'll put them along the sides and I'll stiffen it right up. Strengthen it right up. And then I'll put some blocks in between and it'll be one unit. So it'll be really strong. And then over here, what I'm going to do is probably run a few down on an angle. I'll give it a little stiffener up here and a couple down here. That'll stiffen the ends. I've been doing this a long time, guys. I know how to do it. I just, you know, it's whether my body allows me to do it. And so I gotta take little chunks at a time, you know, to get what I want done. It may take me 3, 4, 5 times as long as somebody else, but I'm going to get it done. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, little short video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. If not, maybe I gave you an idea. Who knows? The way it's been going lately, maybe I pissed you off. If I did, I'm sorry. Forgive me, I'm just human. Anyways, guys, I love y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Take care. Do something good for somebody today. Give them a hug, a kiss. Have a little conversation. Call somebody you haven't in a long time. You know what? It doesn't take much to make somebody happy. It's the simplest things in life. And you know what they say, right? If you ain't going to do anything good or say anything good, then don't do anything good or say anything at all, you know. The problem with us as humans is sometimes we say the wrong thing at the right time instead of saying the right thing at the right time, right? So think about what you're saying, think about what you're doing. None of us are perfect. We all fall short of the glory of God anyway. And boy, do I know that oh so well. Anyways, guys, looks like it's going to be a cloudy day. It might rain. I don't know. But as you can tell, I laid some chips today. And I'm tired. I've only been out here about, well, I don't know. All together, I guess, getting everything ready and everything about 2 hours. And my body's shot. And I'm going back inside, take a shower. I'm going back to bed. And hopefully I don't get any phone calls or any messages in between. Because, my Lord, whew, I'm whooped. Didn't take much. Anyways, guys, take care. Reverend Bob is out of here. We'll see you.